Assalamualaikum. My name is Erin Noidati Dora binti Roslan. Today, I want to present about strategy human resource management. So, we're going to the introduction. Strategy management include having the goal to deploy and collect resource from a competitive advantage, and then integrally involving the HRM function and using a business model to create value from customer. So we going to the business model. They have accounting concept. They have fixed cost, variable cost, margin, and the last is gross margin. And then we going to what is the strategy management. Strategy management is a process and then an approach to addressing competitive challenges organization face, and then managing the pattern or plan that integrate an organization major goal, policy, and action sequences into an cohesive whole. And the last is the strategy management is developing strategy for achieving the company goals in light of its current environment. And we go into the component strategy management. They have two. Number one is strategy formulation, and number two is strategy implementation. Strategy formulation is the strategy planning group decade on strategy, and strategy implementation is the organization follow through on the strategy. The next is we going to the model of the strategy management process. The strategy management process means defining the organization strategy. It is also defined as the process by which managers make a choice of a set of strategy from the organization that will enable to it achieve better performance.
Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. My name is Awang Muhammad Haikal bin Hassan Nizam. I'm from BTech Section 2, Year 2, and I'm here to talk about Strategy Human Resources Management, the first part. For the first part, strategic management includes having the goal to deploy and allocate resources for competitive advantages. Integrally involve the HRM function, using a business model to create value for customers. What are business model? Well, as you can see, what are those business model you ask? Accounting concepts, which is the fixed cost, variable cost, margin, and gross margin. Those are the business model in accounting concept. Next, this is the meaning of the strategic management, a process, an approach to address the competitive challenges an organization faces, managing the patterns or plan that integrate an organization's major goals, policies, and action squeezes into consensus as a whole. Developing a strategy for achieving the company's goals in a light of its current environment. Next will be for the last part is component of strategic management process. Component of strategic management process are divided by two, which is strategic formulation, strategic implementation, and as you can see on the screen right now, what they're defined to do.
Assalamualaikum to Dr. Ami. My name is Aliana Jiha binti Solehai, and today I will present about what is strategic management, linkage between HRM in the strategic management process. Strategic choice, where to compete, how to compete, and with what will we compete? So, we have to know what will we compete between HRM and the strategic management function. There are 4 levels of integration, which is administrative linkage, one-way, two-way, and integrative linkage. In administrative linkage, the department simply engage in administrative work unrelated to the company core business needs. In one-way linkage, the firm's strategic business planning function develops the strategic plan and then informs the HRM function of the plan. And two-way linkage allows for consideration of human resource issues during the strategy formulation process. The HRM function is expected to provide input to potential strategic choices and then help implement the chosen option. Interactive linkage is based on continuum rather than sequential interactive. Lastly, we talk about what is a strategy formulation. Strategy formulation is the process of using available knowledge to document the intended direction of a business and the actionable steps to reach its goals. The item of strategy formulation is mission, goals, external analysis, internal analysis, and lastly is strategic choices. That's all for me. Thank you, Dr. Amir.
A very good morning to Dr. Amir. I am Chung Shelton from BTech Session 1. Today I would like to present about strategy implementation. Strategy implementation requires that an organization has a variety of structural forms and organizational process to choose from which implementing a given strategy. There are 5 important variables, which are organizational structure, task design, selection, training, development of people, reward system, and type of information. Next is about vertical alignment. This is what has been referred as the vertical alignment of HR with strategy. Vertical alignment means that the HR practice and processes address the strategy needs of the business. The link between strategy and HR practice is primarily through people. There are 6 HRM practices: job analysis and design, requirement or selection, training or development, performance management. The high pay or benefit relative to competitors can help companies to attract and retain high-quality employees, although that might have a negative impact on the company overall labor costs. The last one is about labor-employee relations. When it comes to employee relations, companies can choose to treat employees as an asset or an expense. The company have to make choices in order to achieve the short and long-term goal of the company. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Anisha Fika binti Zulkifli. My metric number B0621104993. My presentation today is about strategy implementation. First of all, let me describe what is strategy implementation. Strategy implementation is the process of turning plan into action to reach a desired outcome. In strategy implementation, have labor and employee relations. A labor relation strategy plan is an effort to do just that, to identify the goal in labor relations desired by labor of management, individually or jointly. The main element of this strategy is leadership and communications. Strategy type: Porter's cost and differentiation describe how a company pursues competitive advantage across the choosing market scope. Value can be created by reducing cost, and value also can be created by differentiation a product or service. HRM need need in strategy type also have role behavior. Role behavior behavior required of an individual in his or her. Concentration strategy is when a business focus on a specific group of client, a specific product or a specific geography market. For the example, fast food brand like McD, McDonald's, Starbucks and Subway.
Assalamualaikum and good evening to Dr. Amir bin Aris. As a lecturer for Human Resource Management course, today I would like to present my topic, which is strategy implementation of directional strategy and the role of human resource in providing strategic competitive advantage. Directional strategy keeps companies focused in the most strategic way possible while continuing to grow both revenue and products and services offered to customers. They do this by making sure individual departments work together toward corporate goals other than pursuing their own goals. I will continue to present for this strategy implementation, which is directional strategy, start from the internal growth. Internal growth strategies, companies must constantly hire, transfer, and promote individuals. Compensation, whether towards achievement, joint ventures require conflict resolution. Internal growth strategy is a focus on new market and product development, innovation, and joint ventures. Companies do this in order to improve their chances of increasing their customer revenues and profits. So the second one is mergers and acquisitions. Mergers and acquisition is more likely external growth strategy. It's an emphasis on acquiring vendors and suppliers or buying businesses that allow a company to expand into new markets. A merger takes place when two companies combine their operations, creating in effect a third company. For example, mergers companies are Walt Disney and Pixar. An acquisition is a situation in which one company buys and controls another company. This, for example, the acquisition company of Management AG by Vodafone A-Touch PLC in 1999. So downsizing is the planned elimination of large numbers of personnel designed to enhance organizational effectiveness. The HRM function must surgically reduce the workforce by cutting only the workers who are less valuable in their performance. Basically, company will use early retirement programs for downsizing. The next slide, we are going to look at the role of human resources in providing strategic competitive advantage. The first one is emergent strategies. Consists of the strategies that evolve from the grassroots of the organization. This can be thought of as what organizations actually do as opposed to what they intend to do, usually identified by those lower in the organizational hierarchy. The second one is intended strategies, the result of the rational decision-making process used by top managers as they develop a strategic plan. The third one is enhancing firm competitiveness. Develop a human capital pool that gives the company the unique ability to adapt to an ever-changing environment The second one is learning organization. Recently, managers have become interested in the idea of a learning organization in which people continually expand their capacity to achieve the result they desire. This requires company to be in a constant state of learning through monitoring the environment of the company, either it's internally or externally. By assimilating information, making decisions, and flexibility restructuring to compete in that environment. By this development may contribute to company competitive advantage. So about these two topics that I represented now, I would like to give some summary about what I have understand about this strategy implementation, directional strategy. So for this directional strategy, basically is to by a company, or they want to focus in the most strategic way possible. So they want to prevent loss of the company, loss in terms of loss of revenue, and also they want to increase the profit of the organization by increasing the customer. So that's all from me. Thank you.